Do you come home and not even get a smile or a greeting from your partner? Or are you somebody who is okay with your partner not exchanging any conversation with you for days on end? If yes, then your marriage is in trouble. It definitely is in trouble. Now, I have seen n number of people around me who put on a front for the world and portray themselves as a very happily married couple. But in real life, they are actually dying from inside. They're just living under the same roof as guests in a PG with minimum of interaction, just transactional communication with each other. When they have to discuss bills, payments, or what the dog has to do, or whether the children have to come or go. And this gets steadily worse as the marriage goes on. Because instead of resolving this issue, instead of having an open communication about it, there are many people who think that time will resolve everything. That time के साथ सब कुछ ठीक हो जाता है. नहीं, सब कुछ ठीक नहीं होता. That's a very wrong concept that we people have been brought up with. That, oh, don't get panicky. This is just a very temporary thing. No marriage is perfect. Agreed, no marriage is perfect. But then you can't even live in a relationship where 24/7, especially in today's world where you have so many millions of outside external stresses, you even have this added stress of not having a person at home, a partner with whom you can share your thoughts, your mind, your beliefs, or whatever you're feeling in life. No, that's a terrible life to live. And I certainly don't advocate anyone to continue living in that state. You resolve in your head. Either you want to get out of that state, or if you want to continue with it, then that's great. These are choices which an individual has to make for themselves, because at the end of the day, it is your life. And please understand, there is only one life. I think we owe it to ourselves to keep ourselves happy, no matter how we are, whether we are single or whether we are married or we are unmarried or we are divorced. The ultimate aim should be to be happy. Now, how can you be happy? First of all, you have to learn to be happy with yourself. Self love is the first and most important thing that everybody should understand. How do you love yourself? Take out time for yourself. Stop demeaning yourself. Stop belittling the million things that you do in the household. We women have become so used to giving, and doing so much in the house that everybody says, okay, she's doing it, she loves it. Everyone starts taking you for granted. Then, God forbid, if one fine day that woman suddenly says or feels from inside that I haven't done anything for myself. See where my colleagues have gone. See where my peers have gone. They've gone miles ahead in life. And where am I? The children have grown up. They have their jobs. They have their families. They have their partners. They are enjoying life. My husband, in any case, is a recluse. Where does that leave me? I'm left with no friends excepting my husband's friends, who half of whom have either died or gone, and the other half are clearly not visible. So, where does that leave the woman? Because she's been stuck in the home all her life, she has no friends of her own. She has no life of her own. She has no circle of her own. And that is when the frustration starts killing you. That is why today, even after 25, 30 years of marriage, we find far more divorces than we ever found 10 years ago. Why is it? Is it that suddenly all the men and the women have become unlivable? No. It's because more awareness has crept in. It's because families have become nuclear. The warmth and the intimacy of joint families is missing. I know the kids of today will say, oh no, but joint families are a pain. Please, that's another topic. Let's not get into it. You don't know how blessed are those children who are living in joint families and who have come out of joint families. In fact, the sensible Gen Z of today who are working, they all look for support from their mothers and their mothers-in-law and fathers-in-law. So let's not even get into that. Okay, so coming back to the question of what we are doing in a marriage when we are unhappy is either we have become too embedded in the comfort zone of really relaxing and just not doing anything, becoming couch potatoes, watching television all day and just towing the line. Or else, if you are a thinking person, If you are someone who has a little bit of self respect and who feels that, okay, what have I really contributed towards life? What have I really done to make anybody's life better on this planet? Forget about my own. Have I done anything except for producing children and for getting married? What have I done? If you have that question in you, then you will have the fire in you to get up and do something to correct that position that you are in. But if not, then you'll continue to wallow in misery and say, अरे अब तो मेरी जिंदगी बीत गई, अब इस उम्र में मैंने क्या करना है? Now I am 70. If I at 70 could decide to become a coach, I studied my head off last 3 years against medical advice, against everything. But still, the amount of joy, the amount of respect, the amount of recognition, the amount of applause that I got, isn't that what we all crave for? Isn't that what we all crave for? You can make the best food. Okay, your family will compliment you once, twice. After that, they'll all take it for granted. And if, God forbid, you asked somebody that, how was the food today? Good, I've eaten it. That's the compliment you'll get. Really, because you've been taken for granted. Here you're dying that in the heat, I stood in the kitchen and I cooked and nobody is even appreciating me. And here is somebody just turning around and saying, good, the fact that I've eaten it means it's good. Now, do you want to settle for that kind of a life? I don't. That is why I'm doing what I'm doing. Trying to help people of all ages, shapes, and sizes to get out of that lethargy and that I don't care casual attitude. Get up and do something with your life. Help people. If nothing else, go and do social service. In India, we have n number of reasons, n number of people out there who need us. What is the point of educating yourself if your education stays within you? Go and teach some people out there. Go and teach the poor children. Do something. Make a difference. Be remembered for what and who you are, not as somebody's wife, somebody's mother, or somebody's daughter. That is what life truly lived means.